Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bunny Cakes and welcome back to my welcome to my channel for the first time if you're new here. Today I am going to be filming my July wrap-up, which actually has surprisingly more books than I expected. I ended up finishing out July reading 10 books. I'm surprised. Most of them were read during the reading rush. Readathon. But a lot of them weren't, and I actually got kind of a late start in the month, so I really didn't expect to get through that much. The first book I completed was I'll Be Gone in the Dark, One Woman's Obsessive Search for the Golden State Killer. I had actually started this a while back ago, but I read most of it in July. I really, really loved that book. There's a TV show that just wrapped up that's based on the book. It was written by Michelle McNamara, and there's a foreword by Gillian Flynn, I believe. Yes. And the afterword is written by Michelle McNamara's husband, Patton Oswalt, because Michelle passed away. So Patton and Gillian Flynn and some other friends of Michelle's worked together to finish the book so that it could be published. And thanks to a lot of the work that Michelle McNamara did, the Golden State Killer was actually caught, which is cool. I haven't watched the TV series yet. I actually am about 2 episodes in as I'm filming this. I plan to post a review of the show and compare it to the book as soon as I'm done binge watching it. The second book I read was The Final Weekend, A Stone Tale by Neil Cassidy. This book was hilarious. I read it as part of a book tour that was organized by Break Even Books. I really enjoyed this. It's not a book that I would have naturally picked up on my own, but it was funny, it was poignant, and the end was a real shocker. I recommend you read this. Even if you don't normally like satire, it's not done in like a slapstick way, so I think you would enjoy it even though you don't normally enjoy satire. I've got a review for it on my channel somewhere around here. I might link it down below. We never know. The next book I finished was Playing Nice by J.P. Delaney. I got this one as a free ARC in exchange for an honest review, which I'll be posting soon. I really enjoyed this one. It was a psychological thriller based on this really odd switched at birth family situation that didn't quite end exactly the way I expected it. I mean, I kind of expected the ending, but not exactly in the flavor that it turned out. Like I said, I'm going to be posting a review for that soon, so just keep an eye out. The book I finished after that was Teen Killers Club by Lily Sparks. I've already posted a review for that one. I really enjoyed this. It was probably one of my favorite reads for the month. It was a short, quick book. It's about teen psychopaths and sociopaths that are pulled into this sort of summer camp / spy training situation. And their shadow government and spies. I mean, I wish the story had gone on a little more, but I'm hoping for a sequel because it ended in a way that was somewhat satisfying, but it left some things up in the air, so I hope for a sequel so that we can find out more. The next book I finished was The Color Purple by Alice Walker. This was a reread for me, but I loved it just as much as I loved it the first time and just as much as I loved the movie. I actually planned on rewatching the movie, I just haven't got around to it yet. There was a lot of stuff in the book that I don't remember and I don't know why. But I plan to do a little bit more in-depth discussion about my my glitch in the Matrix with this book in a review that I'm going to post soon. I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, and I just keep getting hit with this god-awful meh. Though I also plan on talking about that soon too, so stay tuned. Now, the next book I finished was The Evil Clergyman by H.P. Lovecraft. This one was really short. I actually listened to it as an audiobook. The narrator for this that I listened to, his voice was perfect. I've come to know or understand with audiobooks that it is often very much down to the narrator whether or not you'll enjoy a book. The narrator can make or break it. It could be a crap story with an epic narrator and you'll love it. It could be an epic story with a crap narrator and you'll hate it. It's best when you get a decent story with a great narrator, and this was definitely one. I mean, it's classic Lovecraftian horror. It kind of has a twist that you don't really expect, but you also kind of do. I really, really enjoyed it. The next book that I finished was The Vine Witch by Luann G. Smith. I really, really enjoyed this. I listened to it as an audiobook. I listened to it on double speed, so it took me like 4 or 5 hours. I really like the narrator. I really like the story. I've actually already bought the second book, so I can read that. And I have the third book on deck, which will be coming out soon. I actually got an art for it, so I'm so excited. I really enjoyed it. It's there's a curse and a love triangle and demons and witches and wine, and it's historical fiction, which I don't always get into all that much, but it's really well written, it's really well done, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was a novella by Dean Koontz called The Bone Farm. It's book 0.5 in the Jane Hawk series. I've been wanting to get into this series for a long time. I actually technically have. I've read a little bit of the first book in the series, and I liked it, but then for whatever reason I ended up not finishing it, and I had to return it to the library. I own it now, I just haven't gotten back around to it, so I'm going to get into that series soon, eventually, I hope. Especially because The Bone Farm, it gives you some backstory into the main character. It's one of her earlier cases, and yeah, it's got me back interested in it, so I might add the first book to my TBR this month. I don't know, we'll see when I film that, what happens. The next book I read was The Star by H.G. Wells. This was another really short one. I think the audiobook was like 15 or 20 minutes or something like that. I really liked it, and I remember bits and pieces about The Star, but it's one that when I initially rated it, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, so I liked it in the moment, but I remember almost nothing about it. So, I might have to go back and listen to it again to see how I really feel. Right now, not super memorable. And then the final book that I read was The Waking by Raven Gregory and several artists. It was a graphic novel. This one was really, really cool. I loved the art. It was a kind of new take on zombies and the undead. I really liked the concept. I'm going to have to look into it. I believe there are more to this comic or graphic novel series. I got this on a whim one day, thinking about giving it as a gift to somebody I thought would be into graphic novels, and it turned out they weren't, so I ended up keeping it. And then I wanted one last book for the readathon that I was part of to try to get my 7 in, and I found it, and it was like 140 pages or whatever, but it's a graphic novel, so it was a quick read. But I really, really enjoyed it. The artwork, while it's well done, it's also kind of done in that sexy pinup, lots of boobs and sex and that sort of thing, which I don't dislike. It's just some people might not find it very tasteful. I think it can be. It can be sexy and tasteful when it's well done. It was kind of appropriate to, especially a couple of the characters that it was done with. And I think knowing more about the story, it would make even more sense, because one of the characters that's kind of drawn art porno-esque is actually has like some nymphomaniac backstory that I didn't get because it kind of starts in a bit of the middle of the story, which I didn't realize when I picked it up, but still quite enjoyed it. So I had a really, really good reading month. Not one of the books I read this month were given less than 4 stars. The lowest rated one was The Final Weekend, and I can't remember at the moment why I didn't give that a 5-star rating, because as I think about it now, I enjoyed it so much. I'm still thinking about the ending. I'll probably go in and up that rating because it is one of those books that really sticks with me. Though I might also go in and change my rating on Goodreads for the star, because that one is most certainly not sticking with me. Like, I remember the moment listening to the star, but I remember almost nothing about it, so it doesn't stick with me, which isn't what I feel is a 5-star read now. But altogether, I had a pretty good reading month, especially given that I read literally only one book in June, and that was like a 10-15 page children's book. So yeah, I feel like I'm back in the game with my reading, at least. I'm trying to get back in the game with filming my videos. I'm going to be posting my August TBR and my Finish-a-thon vlog in the next couple days, so keep an eye out for that. And I'm going to try to get back into posting regular videos. I have a whole list of ideas for what I want to do. I just have to keep my energy up and look and just get it done and edit things and all of that. So it's been great reading, and it's been great talking to you guys. Tell me what you guys read in the comment section down below, or link me to your videos, or tell me what you think about some of the books I've read, if you've read them, or if you're interested in reading them. And other than that, thank you so much for watching my video, and stay tuned for more, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.